Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Be Melodramatic, also known as Melo Is My Nature, a South Korean romantic comedy television series from 2019 that is 16 episodes long, and each episode is about 65 minutes each. Now we essentially have three main characters, all of whom are ladies. You have Lim Jin-joo, played by Chun Woo-hee, who is a drama series writer. She has emotional ups and downs. Her personality is a bit unique. She tries to write her scripts with a literary style. And she has broken up romantically many times in the past, mostly with the same guy, it seemed. Then we have Eun-jung, who is a documentary director. She's enjoyed movies ever since she was a child, and she runs her own production company. But her previous lover died from a terminal illness, which is causing emotional problems for her. And then we have Hwang Han-ju, who is the head of a marketing team for a drama series production company. And she's a single mother who struggles to balance her work and raising a kid. And her prior boyfriend left her and the child to become a popular entertainer. So those are your big three characters here. Now you may have recognized the name of the lead actress, Chun Woo-hee, who previously appeared in films like The Wailing, Han Gong-ju, The Piper, and Vertigo. I really like this actress, and lately I've been on a real crave to watch a romantic comedy K-drama. Seems like I haven't seen one in a while. So when I saw that she starred in one, I jumped on it. Okay, and this is what I watched. So I think I mentioned a few years ago that I was hoping that she would star in a rom-com at some point. So, if only because she's such a good actress and I think she could pull it off. And here we are with Be Melodramatic, and to no one's surprise, she gives a very good performance. However, this K-drama is very much an ensemble affair. Hits a lot of different characters. And thankfully, the acting is good from top to bottom in the show, with another standout being Yeo-bin. And you may recognize her from the film Night in Paradise. She was in that. And she's given the gloomiest role in this K-drama, but does a great job in her portrayal. Really good job. She's also deceptively funny in very subtle ways. Definitely another actress to look out for. Very talented. Now, if you're familiar with romantic comedy K-dramas, you probably know that they can be classified into a few different categories, subcategories. There are more conventional series, right, that use popular K-drama tropes to move things forward. And then there are the less conventional series. Be Melodramatic can be safely classified into that second category. It's very laid back. It avoids most K-drama cliches. And it's the kind of K-drama that I would actually recommend to anyone who likes good writing. And it's just a good quality show. It's actually very nicely balanced as well. There's a lot of humor in it. There is, hence the romantic comedy designation. But it also has quite a bit of character depth. I was kind of surprised. There are a number of side characters even that are introduced, and the show does a good job of even developing most of them throughout the 16 episodes. It's fairly realistic in its depiction of most relationships. Never gets too wacky. You know what I mean? It's on the cutesy side, but it's still realistic enough to really draw you in. And it never goes balls to the wall, crazy wacky, Lots of day-to-day interaction is emphasized. There's a noticeable lack of huge dramatic or sensationalistic moments. You don't really get a lot of that in this. It's very everyday living, but it's just it's handled in such an effective way that it keeps you engaged with what's happening. It's quite charming, I think, actually. Most of the story in this show is actually rather pleasant and smile-worthy, but there is a certain ambitiousness to it that makes it interesting. Just from the opening episode is a perfect example of this. Probably the most dense and serious episode in the show, or one of them. It develops all three of our main characters, sets up the themes of the show in under 1 hour. And it's just good script writing. By the end of the first episode, I'm like, man, they actually covered a lot of ground in this one episode. So that allowed them to let the rest of the episodes really breathe a lot, and you get a good feel for these characters. Script touches on some serious subjects like grief and depression, and it does a good job of addressing those. It even has some commentary on K-drama production, which is interesting because this kind of goes meta because some of the characters work for a K-drama production, but this in and of itself is a K-drama production. So it's almost like it's referencing itself at times in other K-dramas in real life, so to speak. So it's pretty cool. Even there's some fun product placement at times where they almost like do it tongue-in-cheek, and it's really, really funny. So look out for that as well. The dialogue is kind of sharp and witty, and most of the humor comes from one-liners and situational dialogue. This isn't like slapstick shenanigans here. You don't get that. Editing and presentation are good as well. Some creativity mixed in it. This is another big plus for me that I was not expecting. There is a lot of eating and food in this show. Like this family unit that we have here is really kind of fun to watch. You get the 3 lead girls who are all living together, and they live with a little kid and another dude. And none of them are dating. He's just a dude living there. And we get this like family-like dynamic that's really emphasized primarily when they come together and eat dinner. So it's good stuff. These are the kind of people you'd want to hang around with while eating a ton of food and drinking soju. You know, that's kind of the feel you get from this. That's another aspect I really liked. And then one possible criticism, though, that I have of this K-drama is the little kid in this. It's not that he's annoying or anything, a little bit of an attitude problem, but they use that as a basis for humor. But he tends to like disappear for like stretches of time, which kind of undermines the difficulties of parenting. Like if you're gonna have a character who's single trying to raise this kid's like 5 years old. If anybody's trying to raise a 5-year-old by themselves, it's the difficulties of the task should be emphasized a little bit more than when they were emphasized in this show. I think just a handful of additional scenes peppered in would have helped that. But that's one criticism I would make. But overall, Be Melodramatic, very good quality K-drama. Even if you're not a fan of romantic comedies, this is one that I would recommend because it avoids most of the cliches. Even international romantic comedies, this avoids most of the cliches, let alone the Korean tropes, right? And it has good character development, and I think it has good writing. So check it out, man. I really enjoyed it. It's currently available on Viki.com. And as always, I will see you next time.